Tomorrow, Detroit's QLINE will celebrate its one-year anniversary. So we sent 7 investigator Heather Catallo to find out whether the streetcar is as good for Detroit as its backers claim, or whether it's really just another people mover.
QLINE officials admit in order to get more commuters to use the streetcar system, they have to be on time. So that's a top priority for year number 2.
The QLINE. The M1 rail streetcar system has been through a lot ever since that maiden voyage with city and state leaders 1 year ago.
Pretty amazing.
The 6.6-mile streetcar loop from downtown to the New Center area has its fans.
Clean, enjoyable. I really enjoyed it.
And plenty of critics.
My friends are telling me that the QLINE is slow. Why ride it?
It adds a great character to the city, but it's not really useful to people who live and work here.
There's even a Pure Michigan spoof video about the QLINE.
Now, some critics have had the nerve to say that the QLINE is not a viable mass transit system. They have pointed out minor concerns, like the fact that you need to have a ride to get to it.
QLINE Communications Officer Dan Lajana has heard it all, but points out more than 1 million people have ridden the streetcars.
1.4 million is competitive with every other system in the country for their first year.
For the first 6 months, while the QLINE was free, Lajana says they averaged 4,660 daily riders. From November 2017 through April of this year, the streetcar system cost $1.50 to ride and averaged only 2,700 riders a day. Lajana says the weather is a major factor in those numbers.
Even in April, since it's become tolerable outside, we've already seen that start to jump up.
We took our hidden cameras onto the QLINE for a ride midweek to get a sense of how many people are using the system. Several of the streetcars were somewhat empty, but it was a rainy day. The QLINE team admits they've had serious delay issues with cars parking on tracks, heavy snow, and traffic flow problems ever since Little Caesars Arena opened. Lajana says they've been working with the city and MDOT to adjust the timing of traffic lights. Their big focus now, on-time arrivals, and an app to track that.
We're going to start to employ some technology that overlays traffic data in the same way that, the vehicle arrival systems do for passenger cars.
By adding new technology into their app for arrival times, QLINE officials hope that will allow riders to better time their trips. On the QLINE in downtown Detroit, I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News.